Hi, everyone. Welcome to Left Undone Incomplete Investigations. My audio isn't working, and I'm afraid that I'm going to get just set it up. I'm afraid I'm going to get an echo. So give me 1 second. I just want to see why it's not connecting to my earpods. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's, yeah, it's so weird. Okay, hold on. I'm going to unconnect them and then connect them again. Why is there always technical difficulties? I swear I need it. There we go. Okay. Now it says it's connected, but it says it's not. Let's try it one more time. Let's just see what happens here. Okay. Let me test here and we'll be good to go. Yes. Okay. All right. Sorry for that interruption. But of course, as soon as I come on, something goes wrong. And even though I tested it earlier, I am wearing one of my boho headbands. I love these headbands. I have a small head. And so when I'm out in the world, they look ridiculous on me. Even the smallest hats, like a kid size hat, my pin head, I look stupid. So when I was traveling, before I was traveling, I thought about headbands, but headbands usually hurt or whatever. And then I saw these on Amazon and I was like, let me try those. So now I've been wearing them, even though it doesn't help with the sun, at least when my hair goes crazy, like when we were in Greece and I was out on the boats and stuff, I just put these on. At least it can contain things. And of course, this morning I didn't do my hair. So here you go. I love these though. They came in like a set of like 6, bunch of different colors and stuff. I wear them all the time around the house. So good morning, Mama D. So we'll make this kind of a quick live stream this week. I've been kind of out of it. Take a little break after the Lori Vallow trial. Oh, good. Oh, cool. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys like them. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so glad. You know how there's certain things you find and you're like, oh, I've been looking for this for my whole life, like something. Because I was back. I looked at my old videos for my first. I know I'm tangenting right now, but I looked at my old videos for my first trip to Greece, and I look like a sweaty mess, like walking around Athens. There's a wind blowing, and then we were sitting in this restaurant. I'm taking a video, and I look like I just like got roughed and tumbled somewhere. So then this last time before I went, I was looking for things online. I found this one. So they are absolutely great. So thank you, Carrie, everyone. Hi. Okay, let's see who's here. You guys are here. Welcome to Saturday Live. Mama D, PLM, Christy, Vitali. Hello, Christian. Hi. And Leighton. Hey, Leighton, how are ya, friend? And Carrie. Thank you, mods. So my week was kind of crazy. Short week because of Memorial Day weekend last weekend, and then it's the last week of the month. So work was a little bit overwhelming this week, and I didn't get a lot of research done to have a real good topic. But we do know that there has been a trial date set for Daybell. So I found the article from yesterday afternoon, and I will share it, and we'll go over it. Okay, 1 second. Hold on. These double screens. My mouse is somewhere. I never know. You guys, I honestly, I can see why some channels have like a back room person, backstage person, because I literally can't. Okay. I can't even get my mouse to come over here. Come over here. Where are you? It has to be. I just had it here. It can't be that far away. Mouse. Literally, this is ridiculous. Got it. I had to use the actual mouse, which was kind of brilliant or stupid not to. So let me share this and we'll talk about this. A trial date has been set. So a trial date has been set for Chad Daybell. And this is from Nate Eaton, East Idaho News. This is an old picture from 21. St. Anthony. A date has been set for the murder trial of Chad Daybell. It is scheduled to begin at 9 a.m. on April 1st, 2024. So 10 months. And will run through May 31st. According to a notice filed by District Judge Stephen Boyce on Friday, the trial will take place in Ada County, so back to Boise, as Boyce granted a change of venue motion filed by John Pryor, Daybell's attorney, last year. Defense attorneys and prosecutors must turn over all discovery by February 1st. A pretrial conference will be held February 22nd in the Fremont County Courthouse, and witness and exhibit lists along with proposed jury instructions are due March 11th. And then we know the story. Daybell and his wife, Lori Vallow, were indicted by a grand jury in May of 21 on multiple counts of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder for the death of Tylee, JJ, two of Lori's kids, and Daybell's first wife, Tammy. He's also charged with 2 counts of insurance fraud in relation to Tammy Daybell's life insurance policies. And then we know a jury found Lori Daybell guilty on all charges last month, scheduled to be sentenced July 31st, which should be interesting. Is anybody going to that? I think Idaho Mom Report said she's going to try to go. Carrie, are you going? I'm curious about what's going on with Arizona, because we still need Lori to be shipped away to Arizona to do her thing there. So happy it's not June like they originally seemed to want to have it. I know, they wanted to have it in June. I even think April's far. Like, come on, let's get this show on the road. April 1st, April Fool's Day, right? Yeah, that's funny. Anyone going to CrimeCon? CrimeCon, I'm so bummed about CrimeCon because last year, CrimeCon was at the same weekend of the Stagecoach Festival. And then this year, they didn't have it that weekend. They have it in September. And I literally get back from my vacation on September 20th, and it's that following weekend in Orlando. My daughter was trying to talk to me about rerouting my trip home and then just going to Orlando from Athens to Orlando, and then being at CrimeCon. I don't know. She's like my fan that doesn't watch my YouTube channel. But she thinks, oh, you got to go to CrimeCon. But I asked Michael's my 24-year-old that's going with me to Greece. And he's like, nah, Mom, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to have to get back to work. I'm like, you can just sleep in the hotel. But anyway, I don't think it's going to work because I'm not going to ship him home without me. So I don't think I'm going to be able to go. I really like to go, though. Disney World, Disneyland in September. Disney World, Orlando. It's not at Disneyland. That's in California, if that's what you're talking about. I know. My Afterglow podcast, you guys, I am so happy with the views it's getting. It's just, I got to figure out how to get it monetized. Last month, it got 38,000 downloads. Afterglow unveiling the Idaho cult. Apple's still not sharing it. Like when you look for true crime, you have to put in Lori Vallow. It pops right up when you put in Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell, Lori Vallow. It pops right up. But yeah, maybe 2024. But Afterglow's doing fantastic. I just wish it was making me a little bit of money. I'm getting donations here and there. I get like $5 or $10 every week or so. Oh, you're going to Disneyland. Okay, sorry, Carrie. I was like, no, CrimeCon's not at Disneyland. Disneyland's in California. I gotcha. So it's getting a lot, and the comments at the stars are going up. When I first put it out, it had a lot of my haters go in there and give stupid reviews. So it brought the stars down. You can see it. You can tell, like, there's all these 5 stars and a lot of 4s. And then there's 2s and 3s aren't there. And then there's like a bunch of 1 stars. And those are just the troll hater left undone YouTube channel people that are left over still hating me. So it's doing really well. And I just need to get it monetized somehow. I don't even know how. honestly, I just haven't had time to really, really look into it. There's something called Podcorn where you can actually bid to put people's ads on your show, but you have to like bid, tell them how much you want. Then you have to tell them what you're going to say and write a script for their ad. I'm not going to work for them like that. So I'm not doing that. And then Buzzsprout, where I host it, actually has a way for you to be able to advertise for some of their other people that have Buzzsprout. So if they put an ad up, so sometimes I'll get like $10, $5 for that, but they're so sporadic that I only get them maybe for like a day here and there, and then it will drop me like $10. So there's got to be a way. I know people make money on podcasts. There's got to be a way, but I'm just like freaking indie person. Like it's only me. I don't have, iHeartRadio or Wonderly or anything behind me. Be nice if they want to pick it up. I'll sell it to them and be the host, and then they could do all the work and they could pay me. That would be great. Just put it out there in the universe, right? But it is doing really well. And the comments are, this is the biggest, best way to explain this story better than there's naming other podcasts that are really popular that are telling this story. And they on the comments, and they're saying mine's better than all of them. I put it in chronological order. Like this weekend, I'm working on the next episode, and we're going into the actual interviews with Lori's friends from April of 2020. So this was before the kids were even found. So I have Christina and Nicole when the knock at their door and the police showed up at their door. So those were her people in her little circle, casting circle. So the cops, the police, the detectives started going to these women's homes. And then everybody's kind of doing their little like, well, I don't know, yeah, we just this cat. Like these people knew that she was calling Charles a zombie. And they knew Charles was shot. So it just blows my mind. I know. Too bad I'll be in Greece. When are you going? Because it's not that far. It's like, I think I get to Disneyland in an hour, like 45 minutes, hour and 45 minutes. So they make money with the ads who, oh yeah, the people, regular, normal people that have podcasts. Yeah, that's how you make money on podcasts. Dateline, that's why they all have them. Let me get rid of this. Stop sharing. So yeah, yeah, you're closer. Although I go back and forth. I've been trying to decide if I'm going to move back to Orange County because my kids don't visit me enough here. I always have to go there, and it's not fair. So I might. I'm thinking about it. It's too bad the interest rates are so high. I love my house. I've only had it for not even 3 years now, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It's 2,500 square feet for me, and that's not huge, but it's not small. And a pool person and a gardener, and then all the rules and the association here. I had to cut down a tree the other day. I didn't. I had my gardener, which cost a bunch of money. Put in another tree because my tree was blocking my address. God forbid your address is blocked in a homeowners association. So anyway, I was thinking about maybe downsizing again to a condo or something if I can move back there. It's just the interest rates are so high right now. September 10th through 16th. Dang, that's right when I'm in Greece. I'll be gone. I leave here on the 4th. I don't get back until the 20th. Boo. Well, Lori, you can meet her. Our Greece trip kind of got screwed up right now. My friend Joan decided to book through Capital One Travel, which I tell people all the time, do not book vacations or big trips through any of those outside agencies. They don't take care of you. The airline can't even or won't even talk to you to fix things. And you wind up getting screwed. So much of their help is outsourced and they're not helpful. So I booked directly to, I don't think so, because Michael doesn't want to go. Michael wants to come home. I booked directly through American Airlines. There was a schedule change. I called them. I'm like, you guys had a schedule change. And I was going to go through Philly, but can I go through Chicago now? Because that flight looks like I can meet my friends are going to be on that flight. And they're like, sure, no problem. Switch me all around. And right now, the airfare on that connection is way higher than it was when I bought it. But they were like, we had a schedule change. We will accommodate you. So then Joan, my friend, who's booked to go from Las Vegas to Chicago to Athens, we're going to change planes together in Chicago, booked through Capital One, and the thing got changed. They wouldn't reaccommodate her properly. They wanted her to go the day before. Da, da, da. So they're like British Airways because it's a code share. Because you're coming back on British Airways. So somehow they booked the whole thing through British Airways. Anyway, it's a hot mess. And supposedly they gave her money back, but they didn't. They gave her a future travel voucher. And British Airways says, we don't do future travel vouchers. And Capital One Travel is like, well, it's British Airways. They're the ones that are holding this all up. So she's got $1,300 missing in outer space somewhere. They're investigating it. They haven't given it back. And so right now she's not even going on the trip. I know, selling OC. It's so expensive, you guys. I should have never sold my house in Orange County ever. I mean, I could probably sell it right now and retire and have $1 million in the bank. The house when I got divorced. So it is California. Sometimes I listen to Dave Ramsey and he says California. The bad news is you have California real estate. The good news is you have California real estate because you never lose money on California real estate. The house I grew up in when I was in high school, it's too bad my parents sold that because that would probably be at 2.5 right now. And my mom, all she has nothing except for her Social Security. So if they would have held on to that house, she would be fine. I could put her in some nice assisted living instead of Kathy's assisted living. And she would have a better time. So anyway, it's crazy. I mean, even my house has doubled. I bought my house I closed October 1st, 2020. It's literally almost doubled. It did double for a little bit, but since interest rates are high, it's coming down a little bit more. But yeah, I've got like almost $300,000 in equity in my house. But like what? And I'm out here at the edge of civilization in the desert. So it's insane. Everybody's like, don't sell your house. So anyway, that's where I'm at. But I miss my grandkids and stuff. They're busy. They got stuff. And now my daughter's like, well, don't plan on us because I'm applying to a PhD program. And I'm like, what? Where? She's like, I don't know. I'm going to apply everywhere. New York, like she's naming all these PhD programs across the country. And I'm like, well, what are you going to do with your husband and kids? She goes, they'll come. I'm like, well, what about your husband's job? Well, we'll figure it out. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So she says, don't plan on her. And then my youngest is dating a girl up in Oregon. So he's up there right now. So he's like, I'm not staying in Orange County. So probably should just keep my butt right here in the middle of the desert where I've already been. This isn't even talking about the case. Oh my God. I'm on such a tangent. So like anybody cares. So anyway, I want to know what you guys think about the West case. Hi, Idaho mom. Do you think that I'm still just so about the West case? Like I feel like there was literally no real evidence. The only evidence was Jackie and Trezell opening their mouths and everything they say and will be held against them in a court of law was. And COVID was the problem because they weren't interacting with people. People weren't around their kids. And then we got anime son, Adrian, who was like boom, 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 pounded into these questions where he came up with this story that matches an anime cartoon about one of the boys being dead. But then there's nothing. Like, where'd the other one go? There's nothing. There's literally no proof. What does it say? Orson, oh my God, now my brain is messed up. Orson, he saw was dead after he vomited and this and that. And then Oren just heard a soap bottle thud and then he was gone. I mean, I'm scared that if that is how the court of law works, we're all in freaking trouble because I thought you were supposed to have actual evidence. So weird. Hi, Tina Moore. How are you? Um, it is sad. I'm lucky I am in a podunk town in the Midwest. Being disabled, I can afford my house payment. Yeah, I mean Midwest. And there's some. I used to live in a really charming little town in the Midwest called Glen Ellen, Illinois. It is so cute and charming, and I didn't want to ever move away from there because I was 16 at the time. I left kicking and screaming, but one of my friends who she moved to California the same time I did when we were 16, she said she was just there, and she said it's just as charming, but we got our weather here, so I don't know why California is out of control expensive. I don't even know who are buying these houses. Like if you go on Zillow and you look at Huntington Beach, California, 1.2 million, 3 million, 2.5 million, million. These are houses that aren't even modernized or up to date. Like some of them are just old, still original 70s decor, carpets, walls, everything. So let's see. Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna see this one. I think Josh Mankiewicz is interested in the West case for Dateline. I may have played a tiny role in that. Good job. Yes, Dateline needs to cover that case. Really. I would assume there's going to be an appeal. I just wish somebody could find the darn kids because I think if the West didn't do it, I'm just going to go there. If they didn't do it, they're alive somewhere. If the West didn't murder them, they are alive somewhere. Where would that be? Nobody even investigated that possibility. I don't understand why you wouldn't even investigate that possibility. So weird. So Lori Vallow is going to be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, right? I don't think there's any other options for that. Then Chad is going to roll the dice and think somehow he's going to, hi, Francie, and think that somehow he's going to be able to get off when even in Lori's trial, he looked way more guilty than she did. Like she had some sort of alibis. Chad didn't have nothing. They're building like crazy in California. They are out here where I live. Literally, it's like the end, and then it's all open to go to Arizona from here on out. And they're building everything. They're building restaurants. They're building housing developments, and that's the other reason why people are like, "Don't move." You know how things spread. When I lived in Arizona, like those Queen Creek, no, what were the ones out? And not Queen Creek, like Chandler and Gilbert and all that were considered way out there back in the 80s. And now that's like where everybody lives. So he's an everyday fool. What are the chances Chad will plead to avoid the death? I thought he would, honestly. But then other people are like, no, because he's not going to like his kids know he's guilty. He's going to play like, they framed me, because that's what Emma's saying. And it sounds like his kids still believe him for whatever reason. Yeah, because, Chad was just hanging out and Tammy just died and Alex did everything and in their yard and Chad didn't notice. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So he really does need to plea, I think. Oh, thank you. This, you know what? I was ordering my clothes for a while. I stopped from Stitch Fix, and this is a Stitch Fix blouse. They have the cutest stuff. They sent me so many cute things, dresses. Everything they sent was really cute and comfortable and fit. So maybe someday again I'll order Stitch Fix again, but it got expensive because I didn't need that many clothes, but it's kind of addicting. Like, what are you going to get? Oh, ooh, this is cute. Ooh, and then they send you 5 things. So basically you have to keep all 5 because the price is more if you don't. Like, you get it. When I graduated from Chandler High School, there was nothing but fields between Chandler and Gilbert had one stoplight. Right. That's what I mean. Like, I lived in Tempe in the 80s, like the early 80s 84 to 89. And I almost bought a house, and I felt like it was so far away. I almost bought a little condo. It was like $18,000 at the time, a little tiny townhouse. And somehow we didn't do it. My mom and I were buying it, and somehow we stopped. We decided not to buy it. I think because my friends were like, I'm not going to live out there because I needed a roommate, right? And my roommates were like, it's too far. Now they all live past there now. The people that were my flight attendant roommates at the time. So um, it seemed so far, and now it's not. His kids are ridiculous. They have already heard the most disgusting, degrading, and scary stuff that is facts about their psycho father. Yeah, and James and Elena. Can you imagine hearing your dad wrote that crap? I am still so happy that Archibald threw Chad under the bus. I thought it was the best part of Lori's trial when his closing argument was like, stupid books, ugly. Chad's ugly. Look at Charles. Why would she pick Charles over Chad? Blah, blah, blah. Chad's ugly. Chad, he only makes $20,000. Chad's poor. Chad's ugly. And his books are crap. Like, I am still so happy with that. I thought that was hilarious. Of course, Lori didn't. Lori had a meltdown over it. I hope they don't have a trial. We already learned that they are not going to be tough on any of the witnesses. Right. I thought the preliminary hearing on Chad was way better than what they did up here. Like, oh, okay, Melanie, you can go. It's okay. What? Like, I don't know. They were really easy on everybody. Very interesting. Emma's making scary faces at the camera when this thing broke. Yeah, she was. I got that. Remember that video? Like, the reporter's here and Emma pulls up behind her and does it like a child, like making faces. So weird. Yeah, Chad under the bus and Lori pouting was definitely a highlight. So good. It was so good. I literally went like, I was in the courtroom. I went like almost. I'm glad I didn't do it too loud, but I definitely made a. I lived in Gilbert in the late 80s, then in Mesa. It has changed so much. Everything is jumbling together. I know my son's trying to get me to move back there. My kids keep trying to run my life. Like, move to Arizona, Mom. You have friends there. I do have a lot of friends in Arizona because that's where I was based for America West Airlines back in the day, and they all work for American. So tons of friends. I was like, my hugest social life ever was working for that airline. And we just had tailgate parties at the airport. We went for wings all the time. We like all the ramper guys. They all went to ASU, and we were all super young in our early 20s. So I still have a lot of friends back there. And Michael's got my son Michael, his grandparent father is there. My ex-husband's family's all in there in Phoenix, Scottsdale area. So he's like, we killed two birds. I could have you and Grandpa. So anyway, I thought about it because I like the desert. I know people are like, oh my God, the desert. How can you live there? It's so hot. But I was sitting outside last night and it was perfect out. And my daughter's like, we haven't seen the sun. Lori, is it super cloudy? My daughter said there has not been a sun in Huntington Beach in like forever. And everybody's like, where's the sun? And then I was looking at on a Facebook group, the Huntington Beach group, and somebody says we should change the name of Huntington Beach to No Sunnington Beach. So you guys they're like, no sun. When you're used to having sun all the time, it is definitely like, what is happening? Everybody's going to go have their head under the covers pretty soon. Need your vitamin D, seasonal depression. I guess Lori thought she wasn't going to need money because Chad couldn't support them for a month on his own. I'm so thankful. We bought our house 7 years ago at 2.5%. The house is now with roughly 275 equity. No moving. This probably will continue to go up in value. Well, see, that's the thing. My mortgage rate in my house is 2.65. So it's almost stupid to think about doing anything. 2.65. Now they're up to like 6%, which is more than double. Yeah, Lori, that's what everybody keeps saying. They haven't seen the sun in months. It's here. I mean, like I said, I live in the middle of a desert. So, but it is definitely sunny and hot here. I think it's like yesterday it was like a 90, and it should be in the 90s today, but the night it's been down to the 60s, so it's just perfect. It's been perfect. But I have a feeling it's going to get really hot. Hey, loose can. Um, yes, thank you, Killam. I really appreciate that. That like button really helps. Apparently, it really helps. You know, it's really weird. I set up a bunch of shorts because on my travel channel, it's easier because I can use stock media and stuff for the shorts, but I also have all my pictures from my trips, and you can set them up to just post. And so I put a short up yesterday and it did terrible. It went up in the middle of the day. And then at last night at 11 o'clock, it spiked and got like 700 views. So I don't understand what YouTube does. All of a sudden, YouTube will randomly start showing it to other people or something. I don't know. It's very strange. So it's hard to figure out how YouTube thinks. But I know the like button does help YouTube see that people are engaged with your channel and people come back. And if people like it, then they'll give it to more people outside of the people that are normally here, expose it to more. So if it doesn't do good and it doesn't get the likes, then they just sort of keep it in its own little circle. Rates are 6 to 8. Yeah. Yeah. So started saying although it'd be nice if my children would come visit more. Although I got one here right now that I can't get rid of. So I don't know. He's been here for a little while now. He needs to go home. Never happy. My grandson is graduating from preschool next weekend. So there won't be a live stream on Saturday because they're having a preschool bash party, graduation party for him. I mean, okay. So I got to go to that. Who knew? Graduate from preschool and you get a graduation party. It's hilarious. But he loves parties, and so we're going to go. I'm going to go. So I'll be there. I'll be there next week. So I won't have a live stream unless I do it from there, but I don't think it's going to work. I always say that and then it does work. He's really cute. He's so funny. He is very social and he loves parties and people. And then his little sister is very like, who are you? She's 2.5. And she's like, I don't know you. I don't like you. She likes me, but she's not like him. Like he's just like a social butterfly. So it's cute. But yeah, that's the other reason why I want to live back there. But Lori, you get to your grandkids and there are a lot of places. They live, in other places. So I just probably need to quit my job and be a full-time grandmother. What is that? Instagram? I saw a funny thing. I don't think the link works for me. Tell me what it is. My boyfriend has been with United for 38 years, so back to having great bennies. Yeah, that's what I miss is the free flights. But standby gets to be like, have you seen those TikToks or little short clips of people that are standing there waiting for their name to be called when they're standby, and then they're like, ah! That's what I always felt like when I was commuting from San Francisco back to Orange County. Like, oh, okay, I'm good on. Yay, got on. So funny. Off to my nephew's birthday party today. It's a water slide and pool day. Yeah, that is nice that you have a flexible job. Mine's not that flexible. My grandson just graduated high school and received a fully paid academic achievement scholarship to the University of Arkansas. That is awesome. That's fantastic. You have a big family, Kathy. I have no family, such a different life. Yeah, it is. Like, it is. And then I have a huge extended family in Ohio. In fact, I am invited next June. I was going to try to go to a different country next year, but I already got to save the date to go to a wedding in Athens, Greece next June. One of my cousins, her son is getting married in Greece. So got to go one more time. But I'm thinking about going Athens, do some, like, maybe go to the Peloponnese for a little bit because I haven't been there and that's where my mom's family's from. And then I want to go to Spain and I go to Mallorca. That is my list. And I have my left undone family. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So somebody said they want to hear more about Daybell. Everything's kind of at a standstill except for the fact that we know Chad has a court date. We know Lori's next month being sentenced. I'm really excited for Lori to get shipped off to Arizona. I will definitely try to go to that trial, but I'm sure it'll be a while again. That's going to be a drag on kind of thing too. These trials take so long to get going. Do you think Lori will want to go to trial for Charles's murder, or do you think she'll plea? It was funny after you were talking about the preschool graduation party. Oh, okay. I can't link it, but maybe other people can because I'm on the StreamYard and it won't click on the link. Grandson went to his entire schooling here in California, though. That's awesome. That's great. Oh, it's gonna be uncool. You're going back to Greece. I love that part. There's so much to explore there, and I particularly am interested because it is my heritage, right? So the customs and the stuff I grew up eating and knowing about being Greek and being Greek American, it just really fascinates me to go there. It makes me understand my dad and how we were raised and family traditions and all that stuff a lot more. So I really enjoy it there, and I feel it's very safe, except for you got to be careful in the city. Like there's pickpockets on the trains and stuff like that. But that's everywhere. But it's the islands are just the feel, the people, the food. It's just so different than the United States. Just the lack of the hustle, bustle, rush. I can see why. You know, I feel like it's genetic that we're not morning people in my family because the Greeks, I'm walking down the street in Athens. I did a video on it and it's like 1 a.m. Strollers are out, kids are out, people are at all the tavernas out on the streets, eating, talking. It's just a different world, but I really like it. I pray that Lori gets life for sure. I mean, it takes months of these considerations that the judge will be hearing and then deciding exact fate. Oh, God, I hope she gets life. I have not been to Thessaloniki. And when I was in Paros, we were sitting next to a group of people right there. I don't know if you saw my video. And they said they were police officers and they were having dinner. And I was talking to them and he was like, we were talking about American. Anyway, they were from Thessaloniki. I'm like, well, what are you doing here? Are you undercover? He's like, no, I'm not undercover. But they were really interesting. And I have not been there. I need to go there too. My next door neighbors are from Greece and they're all phenomenal. Oh, really? You got Greek neighbors? That's so cool. Yeah. I mean, the people are just, I'm not a Greek because I'm from here, but it's just so nice there. Just the people, the food, the everything, the culture. Bye, Emily. Enjoy. Powerbomb, the Lake Breton. So my mom's family's from Githio, Sparta, which is the Peloponnese, far down the Peloponnese. My dad's family is from the mainland Nafoktos, which is on the Ionian sea side. And then when you look at my DNA, I'm 1% Aegean, but it's really interesting, like the DNA analysis and stuff. I don't know why Aegean is marked differently than Greek, but it's cool to see where the roots were all from and that they didn't lie to us. As a night person, Greece sounds like a special place. I've always wanted to make it to Romania, Crete, Hungary, and Russia. Yeah, So many on my bucket list. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do all the places I want to do in my life. So I caught a part of Scott. I think he said that Judge Boyce is requesting strongly that the victims fill out the required paperwork so they will be able to give their victim impact statement. Good. I hope they do. I'm sure Kay and Larry will, right? And that makes sense, though. Really hit it home how horrible this was and how it affected all the victims. I hope they all. So we got Kay and Larry for sure. Colby, yes, no. What do you think? Do you think he's going to give a victim impact statement? Let's see who else. Yeah, the cops on my video, they were so cute. They were so nice. And they were just at the table. We were sitting in Paros in the taverna with the water and the boats right there. And they were super. People sit at dinner for like 4 hours in Greece. Like they don't kick you out of your table. So it's just thing. You think Colby will? Who else? Who else is making victim impact statement? Why am I? Tammy's kids aren't going to. Tammy's sister. Hopefully Kresha. I would think she would. She's getting more and more comfortable. Remember when she came on my show way before she had hers? She was so nervous, and now she's got her own. And you guys should subscribe to her, Kresha's YouTube channel. It's called Difficult Research. She could use the support. I hope this comes out right. Complimentary, but when you were talking about Greece, it's almost like you're a different person, or a whole new side of your personality comes out, just freer, right? Yeah, but people have said that when I'm on vacation, I'm just my best self. So I think I just go there because there's just you just can just not the cares and the stress and the this and the that you got to get done just doesn't exist when I'm on vacation. So I think, and I've always been a traveler. Like it's like calling me to travel. That's why I was a flight attendant. So I tried to go back to being a flight attendant, but I was poor being a flight attendant. So I can't do that because I like money, or I like to afford my life, I should say. So yeah, I think I just go to that happy place, like vacation mode when I talk about it. If I was murdered and my children weren't defending me and speaking out, I'd be pissed. Yeah, right? She should haunt them. I got an alert missing nonverbal 14-year-old male named Evan in Idaho Falls, Idaho. Oh, there's a missing. Okay. If anybody's in Idaho, there's a missing nonverbal 14-year-old autistic child. Yeah, I was a flight attendant when I was young and fun. Yeah, I am too, Jenny. I think the Daybell children are a huge disappointment to their mother's memory. I don't know why. I guess it's just denial is so powerful. They cannot accept what their father actually did. But yeah. Did you get the alert too, Mama D? It shows there's a wonderful energy in your travel videos when you film yourself and your friends. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's just different. You know what I mean? Like vacation. Like, what? I don't have no place to be, nothing to do. That's why I was my friend and Joan and I got in it. We got in a fight. I've never had a fight with her. I've never had a disagreement with her. I've known her for 20 years, at least 20 years, like 21 years. And we were next door neighbors. We worked together. We worked together more than one place. We're both nurses. And she's like, give me that key. Like, and so like, I was in a store and I was talking. I mean, in Greece, and I was talking to these people behind the counter. And, I'm like, have you been to Nafoktos, where my dad's from? And the girl's like, oh, my husband's from Nafoktos. I'm like, really? So I'm having this conversation with them because we went to a winery, and in Santorini, we were in Milos, but we were in Santorini. They grow their wine in Santorini that they grow is white wine. And Joan doesn't like white wine. She likes red wine. So I was like, other islands grow red have red wine, right? And so I was talking to them about finding some Greek red wine for her, and um and this guy's from where the village my dad's from, and my other friend comes in, she's like, let's go. And I'm like, why? Where? All we were doing was meandering through little shops and stuff. It was nighttime. We had eaten. And she was like, they want to go. This is our vacation too. And I was like, well, go. And I said, stop being such an American. And so then, anyway, Joan had words with me, but I'm like, why are you guys in such a freaking like hustle bustle, hustle? Let's go, let's move, let's go, let's move. I was like, enjoy the culture, slow down, smell the roses. And then another thing we were doing, we were trying to get the key in the door of the in Athens. They had those doors to go in the building where our Airbnb was, and I couldn't get it open because the locks are really weird there. And I was trying, and these people were coming out, and she grabbed it, and she's like, here, doing it. And this guy comes out, and he had I think he had a Aussie accent or something. He's like, slow down, you're in Greece. And I'm like, see? So anyway, that was like I was like, why are you being so, like, we are at home. Like, come on, let's just chill. So it was interesting, you pluck yourself out of this culture and you go to that culture, and you sort of need to immerse yourself in it, but then you still have your, American, well, we got 25,000 things to do right now. We got to go. We got this, we got that. When there really isn't anything. There's really nothing that we had to do or had to be or where we had, and she was just kind of like that there. And I was like, I'm not traveling with her ever again, although she is coming this time. But I got over it. But it was definitely just different. That's what I liked about I want to go to other places too. I don't want to just go to Greece. I would love to go to Israel. I would love, there's just so many places I'd love to go. I really want to go to the Philippines. I'd love to go to um, someplace that I was thinking of. Thailand. I want to go to Thailand. I would love to go to Japan. So let's see. Okay, back to topic. Oh, Suzanne Morphew's kids think their dad is innocent too. I feel bad for those murdered moms. Yeah, they're just like, my dad didn't do it. Okay, so where's Suzanne? Where is her body, or where is she? And then sometimes I go like, maybe Suzanne did do a Gone Girl, every once in a while I think about, because I just like to think about different possibilities. But those girls will never, ever think their father had anything to do with it, ever. My husband is Canadian and German and super efficient. We go here, we go here, we go here, even on vacation. When he is at work, the kids and I just relax. Yeah, it's so funny how everybody's personalities are just like, okay, we got boom, 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 boom to do. I have only traveled through half of America and Canada. My heart was left in Canada. The politics are off the wall, but the land is gorgeous. The family owned 2 farms. Oh, really? I've not been to a lot of Canada. When I used to fly, we would have layovers. I've been to only on layovers. Edmonton, the West Edmonton Mall. I've been to Calgary and Vancouver. That's where I've been, but I need to go. That's where I'd like to go spend some more time too. There's so many cool places in Canada. Australia too. New Zealand and Australia, Italy. So I'm thinking next year I'll do the wedding in Greece, then I'll go to Spain and Italy. Those are on that same trip. I'll try and make it like a 3-week trip, a week in each place. I have to travel virtually. I'm not ambulatory. But you can travel virtually with me. Go join Beyond the Empty Nest, my travel channel. Those girls also heard gross information about their dad. They just don't seem to care. Their non-actions to find their mother is very disturbing. Yeah, I just, it's hard to understand that. It has to be something deep least psychological. I'm in Canada and in my early 60s, stroll the streets wondering what the heck happened half the time. Oh. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm going back to see if I missed anything here. Oh, you had a rough one. I'm glad to be without family. It was horrifying life of abuse. I lost my brother, who was my best friend from the abuse. We're both adopted. Oh, my husband. Oh man, that's awful. I don't like sad stories like that. So, okay. So, this has kind of been a live stream about a lot of stuff other than true crime. I haven't picked up any new cases right now. I know Carrie and I were talking about the Moscow case. I'm like, you should do it, follow it. So I'm trying to get Carrie to encourage her to really dig deep in the Moscow case, and then she can live stream and talk about it and do it. I'm trying to just make everything work. But we have so much with the Daybell case. I don't want to get myself too involved with another case when there's still so much to watch and do with the Daybell case. And, between that and work and my side job and Afterglow podcast, which I put a lot of time into that. And if you don't have the link to the Afterglow podcast, it is, you can watch it on you can listen to it on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify. It's called Afterglow Unveiling the Idaho Cult. Or when you're in Apple, you can just talk about the, you can talk about, or put in Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell, and it pops up. Yeah, it's been a chitty chatty live, yes. Oh, do the dentist. Lori is very interested in this dentist who killed his wife thing. It is an interesting case, though. That one, and have you guys watched this? Catherine, what was her name? This really weird stuff that's going on TikTok right now, and other stuff. Catherine, what's her name? Casson. I can't look. I can't look on my phone. Where this husband, she videotaped her husband totally verbally abusing, yelling at her, and she had cancer. And then the kids, and then him upsetting the kids, and this and that. And basically, he got the kids taken away from her. Casanova, yeah. And um, it's just weird. And supposedly, she went to Switzerland and did a suicide, like, how you can legally do self-suicide up there, because she has cancer, or it came back the third time or something like that. There's an article that we were reading today that PLM found, and there's not really actual confirmation that she's dead, but between the judges, and it's just weird to watch. Like, why would the judges be that much on his side? Did he really have them in his back pocket, or is her side of the story very? It's really it's interesting. I don't know. It's really considered true crime ish. It's more like a spouse drama, civil crap, but it's really interesting that she videoed and put all these documents online, and then went and did the suicide. Very weird. Oh yes, you do, Stella B. Please please prescribe. Please subscribe. Afterglow Unveiling the Idaho Cult. Casanov. Okay. It is interesting, and I'm curious to see where this is going to go. But those poor kids were in the middle of this mess. I mean, it's just sad. The three daughters, super sad. There's that one, and then there was another one I heard that might be interesting to follow off the top of my head. Did we put it in Discord? I don't remember. No. So we'll keep going. Definitely If you really want to listen to everything that you probably didn't even know you didn't know about the Daybell case, listen to my Afterglow podcast. I get better with time. It says that, early on, it's a little bit rough, my editing and stuff, but it goes all the way back until when Lori was first a kid, all her divorces, the legal stuff that went on, the manipulation, all that stuff. And then season 2 starts with the kids missing. And so many people in that are doing the reviews are like, there's so much that I didn't know. Like, there's so much I learned. So I've tried to go really, like, that's why I introduce it, calling it going run down every rabbit hole possible. So if you really want to dive very, very, very deeply into the Daybell case, it is. Yep. I learned, even when I go back, like, I thought I knew so much. And this is stuff I already had gathered. But when I put the podcast together, when I make an episode, I'm like, whoa, I forgot about that, or I missed that. So it's definitely worth listening to. And somebody likes it because it's got in the last 30 days, it got like 38,000 downloads, which I think is pretty amazing myself. Let's see. Let me look at, I tell you what my stats say. There's an ad. Hold on. There happens to be an opportunity for an ad. I'm going to do that. Okay. With another podcast, so you'll hear it on there. But stats, okay. 35,622 downloads in the last 30 days. And 177,802 downloads since it was published. So it's definitely growing. In the last 90 days, 84,000. So it's growing fast. Last 30 days, 35,000, and the last 7 days, 10,000. So yeah, it's growing. It's really I'm so happy that it's growing. All my work is kind of paying off on that one. The latest thing that Francie Joan, interview with the cousin about finding Stacy. Oh yeah. I still haven't listened to that one. That one's going to be, you guys are like so fascinated with that, and I haven't gotten to it yet. Thank you guys. Thank you, Lori. All right. Well, I think our little Ruby isn't feeling well, so hopefully she's doing okay. And she wasn't here because of that. And the rest of you guys have a really good weekend. And I will be working on that stuff. Hopefully I'll get Afterglow up this weekend. If not, it'll be up sooner rather than later. And anything else before we go? Yeah, she's at the doctor. I'm kind of following the Idaho 4, but the Vallow Daybell, holy cow, this case takes an emotional toll on you. It does. And sometimes I need a little break. You know what I mean? Like, I know right after the trial, I needed a little bit of a mental health break. So, and then remember, next week I'll be at my grandson's preschool graduation party. So I won't be doing live next Saturday. Okay. And I thank you guys. Have a great weekend. And I appreciate you all. Don't forget to like. And if you're not a subscriber, you should be a subscriber. But if you're not a subscriber, and anybody watching the replay, I do appreciate that very much. So stay safe and well, and I will see you guys soon. And I'll see you all in Discord for sure.